What's up, Vex Heads? Short intro for this one, but basically, this is something that was on the flagged for what I now call flagged for bonus content, our Patreon, sometime last year, where Kryštof Hook sent me a lot of flags and I unboxed them. This is one of many things that we do on the Patreon. There's a lot of just solo episodes that are deep dives. There's a pretty good variety, as well as the extended episodes for, the guests and everything. So I'm going to keep it short like that. This is Kryštof and I doing a live unboxing last year. Okay, yeah. I mean, if you're on YouTube and you can hear and see us both, then
that's good.
Screw it. All right. I'll probably cut out a lot of this first part when I actually post it. But all right, well, so welcome everyone. Okay, yeah, Alan's on too. Yeah, welcome everyone to Flagged for even more content. This is normally the show for the $10 level patrons. But I guess tonight we're doing it as kind of like a preview of the type of stuff that we get into on here. So I'll get I guess I've already gotten my professional voice on, but Kryštof, you don't really need to introduce yourself. I think you know pretty much everyone here, but we do have Kryštof Hook on the podcast. He is in Czechia, staying up way late for us, which we all appreciate. And, the subject of today's Flagged for Even More content is, to see if I can block out the relevant information. Well, it's a big old box that he sent me. So, yeah. I am going to, and as you can see, I've already, I started to open it, and then I thought better of it. I was like, no. I kind of want to open this with Kryštof and with maybe people on the stream. So, Kryštof, is it okay if I open this?
Go for it.
All right.
Go for it.
It's got a very cool...
I think it's a box from wine or something like that. I stole it at work.
It's some kind of product from Guatemala. Oh, yeah. Not quite USA based then. Can you see the chat on Riverside? I think you should be able to. You might have to click over to it.
Yes, I found it. I can see it now.
Yeah, okay. So, Jesus Christ. All right. Product Guatemala.
I did have to, I think I had to use a vacuum bag to shrink it all down. So you might have to open that as well inside.
That makes sense. I will cover up your info here, but it does say alcohol.
Yes. Online.cz, yes.
I didn't think you drank that much.
I don't. It's from work. I work at a theater, and sometimes we have events which include wine and stuff. So we buy in bulk.
I have made the dumb decision to leave my pocket knife in my car, so I'm going to open this with my key, I think. Yeah, that'll work.
It's kind of sealed as much as possible because, as you can see, it's bulging. Yeah. So, while I'm opening this, do you want to give them a rundown, not with specifics, because you probably don't remember them all either, but sure,
of why we're even doing this at all?
Well, as a lot of you probably know, I'm moving. And I've been working to cut down my collection for a long time. Right. And, I sold some things, I gave away some things and that kind of stuff. Tried to focus it a little bit more on the specific kind of flags that I collect. So usually regional, city, that kind of stuff. And I was left with a box of flags. And I figured either I can spend the next half year trying to find someone who will take them, or I can force them onto Andy.
Right, yeah. And here at Andy, we appreciate that you had that choice, and we're glad that you sent them to us. Yeah, good Lord. So wait, did you have these all in a box already?
Oh, no. I had them in a...
Yeah, a different, a tote thing.
Box, yes.
Okay, yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Okay, so... yeah, you weren't lying about the vacuum sealing. Oh my god. All right, so this is the size of the box with the top flap there. And then this is the size of the stuff that fit in the box. You'll notice they are roughly the same. How do you even? Do I have to cut open a vacuum seal box? Oh no,
No, you should be able to just pull it
there's a
open.
thing here.
No,
All right.
that's just to seal it. You just literally just pull the top open.
Oh,
There's like, yeah, like a Ziploc bag basically.
all right, perfect. Now they can breathe. I've had them sitting there for like, God bless, it's like a week. There's gonna be so much just plastic wrinkling sound on this.
I'm surprised how quickly they actually got there because, like, in my experience, no offense to the USA, but your postal system is crap. and I've been
What's
sent
our
like
postal system?
I sent a package to Ethan, and
Yeah.
it took over a month to get to him.
And he's like in Wisconsin or
Michigan.
Michigan, Michigan.
Right? Just outside
I knew it was
Detroit.
one of the swing states.
Yeah, yes it was. Yes it was.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean Tennessee's not farther than Michigan really, especially considering that the port of entry is usually like New York or Boston.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I got these I think last Tuesday, so like about a week ago.
That's
and as I mentioned,
fast.
I almost opened them, but I was like, let's wait till this. So anyway, all that aside, we'll get the first one out here. This looks not Czech. This looks like one that I might have trouble flying somewhere.
Just to explain, it's a mix of flags, some historical ones, some modern prints.
Right. And is it, I can't tell, is it a...
If I remember right,
it's not a Scandinavian cross. It's like a kind of equilateral.
Yes.
Or whatever the word is.
If I remember right, this is a German, like, pre-World War One naval flag, I think. I don't want to lie. Yes, German Navy, yes.
I think, it's definitely German / Prussian, but yeah, I like German at that point. Okay, well, thank you. I don't know if I'll ever be able to... Well, most of mine fly off my back port, so screw it.
I mean, it's the German Navy from a safe time. there were worse flags.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let's see. Here is... Oh. Rather, here is the next one. Yeah, I mean, that's... I can't fit the whole thing in frame, but just imagine that is centered and the rest is just the blue and white. Okay, so this is not one that I know, but it strikes me as like a German...
Right on the border between Germany and Poland.
Okay.
Is Pomerania.
Oh, this is... Okay, I have Mecklenburg Pomerania.
And this is, I think it's one of the unofficial flags, which sort of, in general, I don't take me for my word here. I wish I could remember exactly, but it's one of the unofficial flags, which the coat of arms is, silver with a red griffin on it.
Yeah.
And this is one of the unofficial flags used in the region.
Okay, that's, I think, why I was thinking Germany. And specifically, when I was unfolding it, I was like, oh shit, I might already have this one. Because I have Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, which, as mentioned. All right, sweet, dude. Thank you. Also, some of these may even come up in fresh flags, depending. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, dude. What is this? All right. Oh, what is this? Other than huge.
I mean...
Okay. That's why...
It's a well-known one.
This is Sweden.
Yes.
It's also like, I don't know if I can get far back enough. But everyone knows what the Swedish flag looks like. Or is it Sweden?
I think it is, yes. It's so...
Oh, yeah. It's so big that I couldn't, tell if it was offset or not, the cross. But it definitely is.
Czechia had, Czechoslovakia back in the days had, a culture of hanging out flags all the time. It wasn't mandatory officially, but, you knew what would happen if you didn't. Which means there's so many houses with flagpoles on it and so on. And there are so many flags that are floating around various auction sites, etc. And this is apparently a sewn Swedish flag that was hung at some point in Czechoslovakia.
Oh, what Swedish flag?
Sewn. That's the word. There
Yeah,
we
no,
go.
I don't blame you. It looks like Sue. Awesome, dude. That's like, I mean, that's better quality than most of the flags I own. Also, let's go back to the chat. Yeah, Minutwari said he loves his vacuum sealing.
Yeah, he knows that whenever I travel, I always pressure as much stuff into my bags as possible.
Oh,
And that's where I use these. That's where I use these bags for. Yes.
Is that Ethan?
Yes, that's Ethan.
Minutwari? Yes. Okay, cool. And then, yeah, Alan said German Navy. Yeah. Imperial German Naval Ensign, I guess, to expand on that too. Yeah, when Kryštof has too many flags to identify them. Yeah, Ethan, I don't blame. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. All right, piss. All right. Okay, hold on 1 second. Because I have this... like poster that used to always be behind me in some of the wide shots. And it's pure Russian propaganda, or Soviet. But yeah, it's got like the naval guy with the naval flag, the Air Force, Army, and the Red Army flag. So yeah, now I have one.
I think this is the naval flag.
Oh well, I'm showing it the wrong way, I think, for the camera, but yes, Blinks, that is what I said. Yeah. It's the
I think Blinks just coined your new catchphrase.
It's the one. It's the one like right there, but like on this, you can barely see the blue stripe. Yeah, no, dude, that is awesome. That's probably one I would have bought regardless. But I keep putting it the wrong way, but y'all get it. Okay, very cool. This next one I can already see is going to be a problem. And I think I actually do already own one of these, which is already...
Oh, no.
Okay, yeah, so... Get it right for y'all. I think... Is this still not the Japanese, like, Navy one?
Yes, they still use it, and Korea refuses to do naval exercises with them because of it, if I remember right.
Right, because under this exact flag, a lot of people in the... like Southeast Asia and Oceania, well, died. Didn't have the best time. Or were captured, etc., etc. Yeah, okay. Well, I've got one of these that I got from Grant and Lee at Herald Flags, actually at Nava 58. But this one is better quality. So when I don't fly either of them, I'll not fly this one especially hard.
But you know, it's something you can give away.
Dude,
as well.
Like honestly, yeah, for the collection, it's a good one. That is very
as cool. You can see, most of these are flags that are, you know, of like various services, militaries, that kind of stuff. Things that just sort of like don't fit into what I decided the theme of my collection would be.
Right. Do you have a theme? I just select them all. Okay. This one, I think... Wait. Yeah, okay. This one's the Soviet Air Force, right?
I think it's the Russian Air Force.
Okay. Well... Yeah, all I know is what I'm looking at here on this poster.
I think the difference is that the Soviet one had like a red star in the center or something like that.
That makes sense. Evan is watching video. Yes, I am happy now. Yeah, that makes sense that the Soviet one would have that. I also don't know which way is up and which one's down.
Think the curve of the wings is like this, so I think this is correct. And I actually got this flag either in Moscow or in St. Petersburg when I visited, so...
Dude, yeah.
Straight from the source.
Between the naval one and this one, that is very, very cool. For me, especially. Alright. I'll fold them later. There's a lot more to get through here than I thought, so we'll maybe try and go quicker anyway. This one, I don't think I have any idea on, so go ahead.
So, this is, again, not an official flag. It's the 3 Lions of Dalmatia in Croatia. And so the story behind this is I was at ICV, the last one in Ljubljana, and then we traveled to Croatia. And just because before I discovered that I caught COVID at the ICV, we were in Zagreb, and I
Been
found
there.
sorry.
I was just bragging that I've been there.
It's a lovely city.
Yeah, it's nice.
And I found a flag shop there. And this is a little bit personal for me, but like I oftentimes when I'm dreaming, I dream that I find a flag shop somewhere on my travels, and then I just go spend an hour there just picking out so many flags to buy. And this was literally that dream come true. I was just going crazy, running around the flag shop and buying one flag after another. And among all the regional and so on flags that I bought there was this one, which is unfortunately unofficial, but it's basically a Dalmatian flag.
Awesome. Yeah, the three. Okay, yeah, that's very cool. Most of my dreams I wake up from, and I'm glad that I'm not actually there for doing that. All right. Okay. So
you probably know what this one is.
Here we have a tiny little one. This is Slovakia. I got a Slovak flag when I was in Bratislava. Yeah, this is the only one I don't have to scoot back for. What's the briefly? What's the story behind that one? As in, why is it so small?
I actually think that this one was included by somebody. I purchased a lot of flags from someone, and they just said, "Hey, I have this. Have it." And it just appeared in my collection one day. And I have a much bigger one and a sewn one, so happy to pass it on.
Awesome. I'm still reeling from the next one, which I had to check, and it does have the star. Okay, so this, holy God, dude, this is the People's Republic of Mongolia, as
Yes.
in it's basically the current flag. I think the blue's a little different, but with the star there.
Yep.
And yeah, tricolor, but with that on the hoist side.
And
it
just
has a name that I forget. If somebody knows it in the chat or whatever. But dude, this is, I don't know if people can tell, this is stitched.
Yes.
Every little bit of this is stitched in. All the detail on that. I love grommeting flags and flying them, but I'm not going to do that with this one.
So all the stitched ones are historical, which means they flew at some point in Czechoslovakia.
Okay, good to know. So this one, the Swedish one that you mentioned earlier.
Yes. Yep.
Awesome. Dude. That's awesome. I own, printed versions of the Mongolian flag and the Mongolian People's Republic or whatever they called it. This one too. But not. Oh, it's even got the original little. I don't know.
Does it?
I guess they're sewn on too. Yeah, it just says SO or SD and then a couple hyphens.
I think that's supposed to be 50 as in 50 crowns at the time. It might be SO. I'm difficult to tell.
It looks curved like an S, but I don't know if you can really tell from.
Yeah, might be. You might be right.
Who knows? How much is 50 crowns in dollars?
These days, very little. I'd say $2 or something like that. Back in the days, quite a bit more.
Yeah, fair. All right, and then we have. Wrong way. Well, right way to y'all. I guess the last one I did the wrong way to y'all, but
I think it's upside down.
Oh yeah, you're right. And is it backwards to you? I forget.
No, it's the right way around.
Okay, yeah. This is the right way. So same thing, but this part is printed.
Yes.
But the these parts are stitched together.
So an interesting thing is technology to properly print flags came to Czechoslovakia pretty late, especially to Slovakia. So that's one of the reasons why Slovak flags are just stripes, right? They said, we can't exactly print things properly. Let's make them as easy as possible to manufacture. But one of the ways that they were printed was, for instance, you would get a patch and they would print with this sort of rubbery material onto the patch, and then they would, stitch that patch onto the flag. So I think this might be the same thing.
Yeah, it seems like it from the construction of it. Yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't. Oh, what do we Oh, is this like communist Bulgaria?
Yes.
Okay. That would have been my guess. All right. So this is a big one. I don't know how far back I can safely scooch. All right. Y'all can see it. What is... All right. Your wingspan is basically your height, right?
I think so, yeah.
Is that right? So this must be at least... I'm 6 even, so this must be at least 6 feet long this way. Anyway, I guess the important part to zoom in on is there, which is... What we got? Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know that first... What's the... I know Cyrillic, but I don't know...
I think it's meant to be the 9th of the 9th, like the 9th, like...
Oh, 9944.
Yes, I think so. It's probably
Okay.
some date of the revolution or something like that.
Gotcha. I think I'm thinking like too much Bulgarian. I was like, especially from here looking down on it, it looks like a Cyrillic B.
Mm.
But
And yeah, Bulgaria changed their flag, well, their emblems several times during the communist era. So this is one of them. I'm not sure which one.
That's what Alan is saying in the comments there.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And Blinks. Yeah, Blinks is impressed as well.
But this is another example of the one where they would print it onto the patch and then they just embroidered that onto the flag itself.
Right. Well, my chair's back there now. I think it's just going to live there for the time being because most of these look fairly large. All right, this looks to be South American. No, never mind. I had it like kind of the wrong way. Oh, I still got it the wrong way for y'all. All right, so we have socialist Romania, communist Romania, I guess.
Yes.
Well, depending on who you ask, because it does say socialist there. But yeah, as you mentioned, this is definitely a printed patch that I think the viewers can see is like kind of sewn on. Yeah, the yellow is different enough. But other than that, it's pretty much the current Romanian flag other than that.
Romania is very much similar to Bulgaria in that they went through several iterations of the emblem, and the same had to happen on the flag. And this is why you would get the flags with the hole in the middle of them during the revolutions, because they would cut out a circle where the emblem was stitched onto the flag.
Yeah, I've had like a mental block from being on social media lately. I think part of it due to the election, but part of it was before that too, and wedding planning. But yeah, I think one of the last like actual Instagram posts that I made instead of like stories or whatever was when I was in Hungary and they had the flag with the star and the emblem cut out of the middle. And that was I think like 1956, or I might be too early on that. Somebody can chime off in the comments. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, like the Hungarian Revolution, I know had the star cut out of it. And in fact, is this going to be that? Oh man, hard to tell. No, okay, this looks like a... Okay. Good God, this is huge. Am I right?
Yes, it is.
All right, so... Yeah. It's, did this one go through iterations as well?
I think they had like 2 or 3. Again, I don't want to lie.
I think fewer than the others.
Yes, definitely less.
Let me check. I guess the operative part for the viewers is there, and that is, as you expertly mentioned, the part that they cut out of the middle.
Yeah, this is 49 to 56. So this is one of the flags that would have had the middle cut out during the revolution in 56. And after the revolution, they changed the emblem.
Right. Okay. Dude, this is what. So, right. So this one is like a printed badge that's sewn on. So where did it mean you got this one from? Or that it
just like with all of them, it's one of the many flags that are sort of like floating around on the market here. Because you would have a delegation. There would be tons of like friendly exchanges with other countries in the socialist bloc, etc. and you needed flags for that, right? So every town would have a set of flags of the socialist bloc and that kind of stuff. So,
Right, okay.
so there's a surprising amount of them to be found in attics, to be found, floating around on our eBay and that kind of stuff.
So, like, every Warsaw Pact country had the flags of every other and flew them proudly.
Oh, definitely, you had them all over, yeah. This is something that I think Blinks mentioned earlier, and we have another mention of it. The size of the emblem, I'm not sure if there was a standardization. There probably was, but you would find tons of them not exactly up to code, right? It was because they were all handmade, right? They weren't printed, right? So very often you would get a not to code version, right?
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and speaking of versions, I guess this is a different version of the Bulgarian one.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know, my color went funky. Okay, yeah. Again, with the operative part for the viewers being, well, my lighting could be better. Hey, Google, turn Andrew's office lights to 100%. There we go.
Oh, that's better.
But yeah, so this was,
I think it's the 48 to 67. I'm not sure. I might be wrong.
I'll try and get it all in frame.
Difficult to say right now.
It's set further from the hoist than I would think.
Yep.
Than I would normally think, anyway, for one like this.
I also think it's a 1-to-2 ratio, which probably means it was made to fly with like either vertically or with the Soviet flag, I would guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I just got a Soviet flag from Mabin Finch. Well, I bought it from him, but it's from when they went one-sided in like the 80s or something like that, 70s. It might have been before that. I'm sure somebody. I see Kryštof is trying to decommunize his collection. See, yeah, and he knew exactly where to unload those.
See, I'm not that nice. I already have each of these flags at least once.
Okay. I think this is the coup de grace. Do you know what it is? Do you remember?
I do not. I have no memory.
Really? Okay.
No.
Jesus Christ, this flag is huge, dude. This might be bigger than the Czech one that you sent me. But whoever said that you were trying to decommunize your collection was correct. Like, I can't even all right. It doesn't help that I'm trying to do this like on the floor here either. Those who can see it probably already know what it might be, but this is the world's biggest Yugoslav flag. Like, I don't have room. Like, this is as far as my arms stretch, and there's a good, like, double it almost. Anyway, we can focus on that part. God, if we even can focus on that part. Okay, so another stitched one. So this one would have been, like you said, with the other stitched ones, it would have been somewhere in Czechoslovakia.
Yes, exactly.
Being flown from, I guess, like something this large would not have been flown from. Well, I guess you don't really fly them from private residences that much anyway. But
this large would have been used in some official capacity in a vertical format.
Okay.
Yeah, as somebody says, it's from a town hall. Yes, probably, most likely something like that. I actually used to have a 5-meter long North Korean flag and a 5-meter long USSR flag, no longer. And I would jokingly threaten my mum that if we get into a conflict, I'll hang it from her balcony.
And just see what happens. No, dude, this is... I have no idea where I'm going to put it other than next to the giant Czech flag you sent me, but... like, damn. Do you have any... So, date-wise, are we talking like probably 80s? Since they're in better condition?
This is difficult to tell because there were just so many of them floating around the country that it could have been that it was used once and then it was sitting in a attic somewhere for decades, right? So this is really difficult to tell. Unless you have cases such as Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary, where you know that the emblem is from here to here on a timeline, right? It's impossible to date. And Yugoslavia is one of those that just stayed the same. So you're probably never going to be really able to date it. Maybe somebody who is an expert in printing could be able to tell you, oh yes, this printing method came about in such and such year. But I think this is something that you'll never really be able to date properly.
Yeah. Like, well, never mind. It's gonna make a bad joke there, but I think I'm gonna keep that to myself. About never being able to date properly. But yeah, dude. So okay, I think that exhausts the list. I can't remember. I know you put it on the customs form how many that was, but it's at least 10.
It was a guess on the customs form because I expected I wouldn't have to use a customs form because it was like a non-registered packet, and he said no, new rules, you have to use such. So I just made up a number and put it on there.
Yeah.
So whoever's been keeping track can give us the number.
I'm sure you are not the first or last to guess on a customs form. I know I definitely have. Well, dude, thank you so much for these. Yeah, I gotta. Oh man, I need to do like a whole like special project on them or something. I don't know what form that will take since I can't I can't fly them or hold them. I'll have to I don't know, clear a wall somewhere in here. I'm sure Katie will appreciate that. And then just like zoom my camera out or something.
Take them out into the backyard.
Yeah. I could definitely hang them from the deck safely and like get down in the backyard and actually take pictures or videos or whatever. What's Alan saying? A1, that's a horde. Admitting to fraud, no. Alleged.
I would never.
No, exactly. Giant flag poles at car dealerships. Yeah. Or dude, like when I go to Food City, there's like the world's largest American flag. And
see, that's sorry.
I was just gonna say, I'm exaggerating, but it's huge and sewn.
It's interesting to me because when I was in the US, every single not that's a lie. Many supermarkets will have both the US flag and the state flags, at least in Michigan, and some will also have the various branches of the military there. Though I've yet to see one with the Space Force included.
Yeah, I've seen the Space Force one a few places, but not at like supermarkets. I've seen it in bars that tend to serve like military. Oh, excuse me. When we were down in Savannah, there was some bar. Actually, it wasn't even very military themed or whatever, but they did have all the service flags up, and they had the Space Force one up, and you could tell it was the newest, like by far, because it was in the window. But the other one that was in the window was clearly like sun bleached a little bit. Yeah. Blink said someone's gonna gift me a massive American flag one day that covers my entire room.
That's a challenge.
The weird thing is the American flag might be one of the few that I don't actually own, which sets me apart from I'll respond to Blanks in a sec, but which sets me apart from I think most Americans, because most Americans, if you buy a flagpole, the American flag like comes with it in a lot of cases, at least at like the hardware store that I like to go to and stuff. So if you have a flagpole, you probably have the US flag as well, but I got mine separately and just don't. I think I have a little like 2x3 from Mr. Flag, ironically enough, in Wales. But that's it. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Just that I found it interesting because you would never see flags used like that in Czechia at all.
Yeah, like Blink said, our local Walmart has the US and state flag hanging from the entry exit areas. Ours does too. I was just there getting a tire put on actually. And yeah, they've got the US one and then the Tennessee one hung slightly lower, although both are vertical. I remember when I was in Arkansas, they had the same thing, and I went and bought an Arkansas hat, more or less, just so I could pose under the flag and be like, look how Arkansas I am.
Yep.
But it's weird because, like, and this is a slight tangent, I won't keep you for too long, but the Tennessee flag that they have at the Walmart is like the blue stripe on the fly is way bigger than I've ever seen it anywhere else. Like in the wild or the one that I have anywhere. Like, it's not a accurate representation, but like this magnet that I have for Chattanooga, it's supposed to be like a pretty thin stripe. The Walmart one has it coming out like, I don't know, about like my finger width, if you will.
So they're improving the design.
Not quite twice. Well, you can shut the hell up, but no, they are. It's a detriment to, I don't know, whoever designed it. Somebody posted that in the Discord recently, I think. But anyway, well, dude, I think I've got to go eat dinner, and you've got to go the hell to sleep in like an hour or so, probably.
Knowing myself.
Yeah. Well, you can talk to, yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, I guess we'll shut it down there. It looks like somebody else. Oh. I didn't scroll down. There are more comments. Even I have an American flag. Oh, Rox, I don't know you. You're the one that's commented a few times that you like the ones with British ensigns, I think. Although your name
Judging
is Rox.
from the icon, it would suggest so.
Judging from the icon, yeah. I think Rox's name is different on YouTube, but yeah. And Alex calling me a traitor. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Wait, sorry. What's your fiance's name again? I forget.
Ethan,
yeah. I kept wanting to say Evan, and I was like, no, Evan's the other guy that's on this stream. Yeah, Ethan said we forgot where we are, or we forget where we are a lot of the time, so we need a reminder. It's true. Yeah, and if you ever need a reminder, drive through any American like suburb, because you will have nothing but.
Ironically, the most flaggy store here is probably IKEA, which flies the Swedish and Czech flags. So.
Oh yeah, fair enough. All right, cool. Well, as I said, we probably got to end it there. Kryštof, again, thank you not only for the amazing amount of flags and just, I was going to say depth. They're all, I guess, fairly similar, but like breadth, I don't know. Like
length.
These are all, length. Let's go with length. Thank you for the flags of amazing length. As Alan says, he only has about 6 that are 5x8. Okay, yeah, Rox is Canadian. Okay, but yeah, I could see still preferring the British ensign. But anyway, thank you not only for that, but for opening them with me. I would have known a lot of these, but not all of these by any stretch of the imagination. And honestly, I was expecting like Czech regional flags, so this was like a total surprise for me.
Oh, no. Even I have only like 2 of those. They're that rare here, like to get. It's insanely rare.
Right. Yeah, I know how like hard it was to even get the one that you sent me that had flown or whatever. So
yeah.
All right, well, everyone, thanks for joining. Thanks for commenting, all that stuff. If you liked what you saw, what you heard, this is a lot of what we do on Flagged for even more content, which is part of the Patreon. It's patreon.com/flagged for content. I believe all spelled out. Yes, all spelled out. Just confirmed that. And yeah, catch more of this type of thing over there. And we will catch y'all on the fly side. Thanks so much.